words, humanity cannot do anything but listen. With this profound thought, I respectfully extend my warmest greetings to the president of today's program, the visionary founders, respected principals from distinguished schools, the dedicated teachers, the respected representatives from various institutions, our honorable judge, the impartial guardian of excellence, my fellow competitors and everyone present here in this celebration of knowledge and eloquence. It is indeed an honor to stand beneath the banner of Northeast School Alliance NESA, graciously coordinated by Saraswati Academy, where young minds are not only encouraged just to compete, but to inspire, to question, to be the voices of positive change. Today I stand before you all as core number 10 to speak on a topic that is not just concerns one nation but our shared home, the impact of global warming on the world. Global warming is not tomorrow's problem, it is today's reality. It doesn't ask for our language, religion or even our economic status. It simply crosses every border, it knocks on every door, and it affects every heartbeat. Our earth is running a fever, but unlike us humans, it cannot walk into a hospital for its treatment. People, for centuries, the nature has given us everything. It gave us pure air before we even learned to breathe. It gave us pure water before we even learned to drink. And it gave us forests before we even learned to build our home. And last but not least, it gave us our precious life before you even knew its value. But despite this all, what have we given back? Nothing. We cut down trees before it can even grow. We pollute the rivers that once quenched our thirst. We pollute the ocean with garbage and fill the sky with smoke and ask, why is the earth angry? But in reality, the earth isn't angry at all. It's simply responding to our actions. According to the famous scientist Albert Einstein, you cannot solve a problem with the same thinking that you had when you created it. According to the climate scientists, the Earth's temperature has approximately risen from 1.2 to 1.3 degrees Celsius since the late 19th century. The number may sound small, but its consequences are enormous and devastating. A single degree has melted the glaciers that stood proudly for years. A single degree has intensified the hurricanes, landslides, and wildfire. A single degree has threatened us with food security, biodiversity, and even our human life. Now imagine what 2 to 3 degrees Celsius could do. My friends, global warming is not only about melting ice, it is about melting hope. Look around. In some places, people are losing their families because of great flood. In another, forests gone for weeks. Meanwhile, farmers are looking at their dying crops in this relentless heat. Millions of people are being forced to leave their home because of the rising sea levels and extreme weather conditions. The nature is speaking, but the only question is, are we listening? Perhaps the greatest tragedy is that the ones who contribute less to global warming often suffer the most. The developing countries that produce less global gas emissions often suffer from deadly flood, food drought, and even their life. Is that justice? Can progress be really called progress if it destroys the very land that sustains it? Dear Judge, we often dream about living on Mars, but have we ever thought of protecting our Earth? We spend billions of dollars fighting for another planet while slowly destroying the one that is perfectly designed for us. There is no planet B, there is only planet Earth, and it's asking for us. It is not for sympathy, but for responsibility. And the thing is, there is a hope. Every piece of tree we plant is a promise to future generation. Every plastic we refuse protects our ocean. Every bicycle we ride instead of driving reduces pollution. Every child educated about climate change is another guardian to our Earth. As environmental activist Greta Thunberg has said, no one is too small to make a difference. And our history has shown us that humans can achieve extraordinary things if we stand together. We have reached the moon. We have defeated countless of deadly diseases. And we have put together a whole world through technology. So surely, we can also protect the Earth that gave us life. Before I conclude, let me ask you all a final question. When the young generation read the book of our time, will they read about the generation that simply gave up? Or will they read about the generation that had the courage to change the ending? Remember, the Earth doesn't need us to survive, but we need the Earth to survive. If we protect the nature today, the nature will protect humanity tomorrow. Let our footprints be remembered not for the carbons we left behind, but for the trees we planted, for the rivers we cleaned, for the lives we saved, and the futures we secured. Because in the end, we don't inherit the earth from our ancestors, but we borrow it from our children. Thank you for listening to me patiently.